Welcome to the Calyrex Game Corner's Pokemon D&D campaign, featuring Cindy, a young vagabond from the Hoenn region with pyromaniac tendencies, Gimli, a stocky, burly miner from Sinnoh looking for his lost son, Elodie, an enthusiastic foodie and baker from Kalos, and Schmidt, an enigmatic man from Johto with a duck. My name is Rich and I'm the Game Master, and this is Dunsparce and Drampa. After spending a raucous night in Petalburg City participating in Gimli's favorite sport, the Packo spent the night at the Pokemon Center hostel, visited the local Rite of Learning, which seemingly replaced the Pokemon gym that was previously in this humble town, and now they are planning the next steps of their adventure. It is a temperate, breezy morning in the Hoenn region at about 10 a.m., in the middle of the 9th month of the calendar year. It is strange to think that months have now surpassed weeks to describe the appropriate unit of time since the Lily Cove City Summer Festival, the event that brought these four then unfamiliar fledgling trainers together. What will the Packo do?
What happened to the gym?
Are you asking me, or is this a Packo conversation?
Well,
just out there in the ether.
We might not have as much of a history of knowledge of that.
Yeah.
Probably a general question.
Okay.
What day?
We could
of
ask
September
around.
is it?
Specifically?
Yeah.
You can roll history, I guess?
For the date?
Yeah, roll it, or go find out. But Cindy doesn't know off the top of her head.
For history, that's a 17.
Okay. Yeah, it is September 15th is the day.
Hey guys, Cindy's birthday's tomorrow. My birthday's tomorrow. Whoa.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Great.
Great.
Glad we got that figured out. All right.
The party does not care about Cindy's birthday.
Schmidt, give me a wisdom check, actually, since you're asking about the gym.
Okay. That's a +1, 16.
With a 16, Schmidt observes the building that the Packo just exited and acknowledges that it looks very reminiscent to a Pokemon gym. All of the normal traits are there. The shape kind of resembles a gym. It even has some kind of, what do you call it, regalia? Like the way that the building is designed seems very Pokemon League-esque, despite not being a Pokemon League institution. So one might suggest, and it's also very central to the town. It seems like the gym has been replaced for some reason.
Okay. What's the reason?
Schmidt was not able to deduce that off of his roll, and I don't think a crit would give him that either.
Okay.
We can ask somebody.
Sure.
Yeah. We're just at the center hostel, right?
You're actually kind of in the center of town. You're closer. You're behind the Pokemon Center, and you're in front of the Rite of Learning. There's people milling about. It's it's a regular week in the morning. You noticed that, I'll tell you just based off of your perception check, that this is a popular town for families and retirees.
Can I find the closest retired person?
Yeah, give me a retired person search check. You will find one. This will just determine what kind of person they're like.
Okay. Would that be a dexterous activity?
No, it wouldn't. I mean, if you can flavor it in a way that it would be, then sure.
Bopping and weaving through all these old people.
That's a 2 on the dice.
It's a 2 on the dice. Okay, yeah, you will find a crotchety, dare I even say, hag-like elder woman whose eyes are so buried under wrinkles you cannot see them. She's very hunched over, and she is holding a cane, and she is accompanied by a skunk Pokemon. It is purple and black, and you also can barely see its eyes. Its fur is completely covering its face, and this woman looks, in quotations, up at Schmidt and says, "What do you want?"
Hey, I was wondering if you knew anything about a gym that used to be here or anything.
The woman says, "Oh yeah, Norman, that old fart. Something to do about his daughter. It didn't have to work anymore and just didn't feel like running the gym and sold the building to some other thing from some faraway region. I don't know how it works."
I see. Do you know if there's a gym replacement?
This crotchety old woman is going to make a roll. She says, "No, I don't think so. This is a pretty quiet town lately. It's kind of for the better. I hate seeing the young kids coming through bothering me all the time. Kids like you."
Okay. Let me bother you again. So there's only 7 gym badges in this region?
She will roll again. She says, "What?"
Okay, so what I said was, is there only 7 gym badges in this region?
She says, "Why would I know? I'm not a trainer. I don't know anything."
I mean, you have a Pokemon.
She says, "Oh, this is Farts." And Farts looks at Schmidt, and it goes, that's the sound that it makes with its mouth. And the old woman says, "Farts isn't good for battling. We don't know anything about that. Heck, Farts doesn't even have a Pokeball. We just like to hang out."
I know the feeling. Okay, you've been not helpful. Thank you.
She says, "Great, get out of my town."
Great, I'm going to.
And she stumbles with her cane.
Schmidt walks away and he's like, "I like that lady."
Big fan.
New
Birds
ship.
of a feather, I think.
I was gonna say, do you think that's acai?
I don't think so.
Man, we're so close, guys.
I can feel
Maybe
it.
the next old lady we bother.
Are you acai?
Are you my dad?
Yeah. Just roll a grandma check.
Hey, we did have a dad check. That did happen.
Did. Are you my dad?
It seems like that there may be like some sort of small farmer's market happening, and by farmer's market, there's like one stand that a bunch of old people are going to for some product, including this crotchety old woman and Farts, the Skuntank.
I always trust old people tastes. We got to check out that cart.
It's very
It's
close by. It's
true.
not really a trek at all. Since
Can I
yes,
bother the old woman again and ask her what the stand's about?
you can. First, I want Elodie to roll a d20.
Got it. 17.
Great. Now you can bother the old woman.
Hey, what's this stand about?
I'm going to give her a temperament check. She says, "Why are you still bothering me? I told you to leave. I'm just
I
here
mean,
to
this
get
is
my
how it-
medicinal herbs."
Medicinal herbs. Okay, thank you. That was actually a huge help. Hey guys, it's a stand for medicinal herbs.
Of
Nice.
medicinal herbs.
Sick.
It seems like there's like roots and leaves and lots of little plants. And the merchant, who is a lot younger than all of the people purchasing, actually has like a constantly boiling vat of water. And he's serving fresh hot tea for anyone who wants to purchase it.
Let's
I'm
get
down with
some
the tea.
tea. Let's do it.
Tea time, tea time, tea time.
Tea time.
Sure.
Bowling episode, not the tea party episode.
There is a fire under this vat that seems like not a fire that is used from burning rocks and sticks. It is clearly coming from a creature of some sort, but there's no visible face. It kind of just looks like a curled up ball of like maybe a darkish bluish green and pale fur. And there's just a raging fire. And who knows the source of it? The tea is, it just says today's special and then doesn't list a tea. And then it says 2 $Poké.
I'm down for mystery tea.
Mystery tea.
Oh, yeah.
For Schmidt. Mr. Tea
Walk-
for Elodie.
Oh, yeah.
You had flavor.
I'm in.
I was just gonna say I was just gonna walk up and say, not mystery tea. What was it? Flavor of the day, please, and give him 2 $Poké.
Great. This gentleman is multitasking. He's currently helping these old people who can't see or hear very well, but he sees the young people and just kind of hands out cups as you hand payment with no issue. And, it's kind of got like one of those like water cooler faucets or like, the coffee dispenser things. You know what I'm saying? It's very hot because there's a Pokemon that is burning fire underneath, but you can still reach there and fill up a little cup with some tea. I'm assuming everyone does so.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. I'm also assuming everyone drinks from it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Everyone makes a DC 12 Constitution check.
Oh boy.
Tea
Get
check.
that good tea.
Aha, I'd pass. No burn myself.
Mm.
Constitution.
DC what?
Oh, yeah, I
12.
passed.
12.
12.
12.
Hee
Cindy
hee.
passes.
Nice.
Oh, wait. I rolled the wrong die. Never mind.
Hee hee.
I did not pass.
Okay.
I did not pass either.
What were your rolls?
4 plus 2, 6.
Okay. Elodie?
Also 6.
Also 6. Cool. Gimli and Cindy take a sip of the tea. It is very bitter, but in like a very pleasant kind of floral way, as many teas are.
Yes.
And what were your 2 rolls?
Well, me and Cindy?
Yes.
I got a 13.
Cindy.
15?
15. Okay. Gimli feels woken up. It's like 10 a.m. and he feels sharp as a tack. And until the sun sets, he's advantage on intelligence and wisdom checks. Cindy really vibes with the tea. It reminds her of something that her grandparents would drink. And she gets a D6 of inspiration to use within 24 hours. 1 D6. Elodie takes a sip of the tea, and it is too hot. Oh God, it is so hot. Roll 1d4.
Oh no. 1. Let's go.
1, nice. The formula has a +1 at the end, actually. So Elodie takes 2 points of tea damage as it is scalding hot for her. Everyone was served the same tea, but Elodie's just refined, sweet tastes are perturbed by this scalding hot tea that she was not prepared for. Not the most pleasant experience. Schmidt gulps down his tea begrudgingly. It is not a flavor that he enjoys. He will have disadvantage on any upcoming Constitution checks. Constitution.
This tea is ageist.
Perhaps it is.
It likes young and old people.
True. What about us
Middle-aged?
middle-aged?
Does Elodie say this out loud?
Adults.
Yes.
Okay. As this conversation is happening, the Packo realizes that they are surrounded by seniors. And some of them still have their hearing, and they kind of look at Elodie and they shake their heads very, very begrudgingly as they acknowledge that she is a fit and beautiful young woman who is not old at all, who just described herself as middle-aged. And everyone's like, oh, if only I had those years. And
like a true person in their mid-20s. I'm so old.
my back hurts. So there's some general Elodie animosity. Not only did she like spit out her tea because it was too hot, but then she's like, I'm young, or I'm old. And so she single-handedly made like all of the people of Petalburg despise her, which is great.
Well, that's usually how you want to leave the town, right?
Yeah, maybe we should get out of here.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah. That's
Ooh,
fine.
you know what? Just one last thing. Elodie, roll a d20.
Okay. I'm scared. 6.
6, perfect. Uh-oh, Stinky. Right after Elodie made her remark, the old woman Skuntank sprays her. Oh no, she's so smelly.
Oh, now you're old and smelly.
The crotchety old woman said, way to go, Farts. You knew exactly what to do. And Farts looks very proud and happy. And Elodie is actually going to suffer charisma penalties until she no longer stinks.
Do you kids stink
Oh.
anymore?
That's so funny.
You're so stinky.
I'm a
We
stinky.
were having such a pleasant time bowling yesterday. What happened?
I'm still having a great time.
This is the side effects of me bowling.
This is the bowling hangover.
Can I bring... I suppose cabbage is probably already out.
Sure.
But if I could have her emit perhaps a pleasant smell around me,
Yeah.
that would be nice.
You'll start with a performance check, and then based on how you roll,
it.
I will let you pick the scent.
Is this cabbage's performance?
Yes, it is.
Oh, thank God. 24.
Oh, nice. Very good. Yeah, you can choose like whatever scent you want.
I don't know if I want to like give in to these old people and have it be like an old people scent. I suppose that's probably the way to go. We'll go with like a nice like a Chanel No. 5 old people scent.
Great. Me definitely knowing what Chanel No. 5 looks like, and perfectly capable of describing, or looks like,
Yeah.
smells like.
What it smells like.
Yeah, it's
If
like,
you've ever
looks like
been around an old person, like,
As-
that's
okay.
that's the perfume. Okay,
Got
Yeah.
it. Understood. Thanks to Cabbage's performance check, it's actually quite successful at masking the scent. Cabbage has grown in power quite a bit. And so you'd only really notice that Elodie is particularly stinky if you got very close. Way to go, Cabbage. Saving the day. As such, you won't have charisma problems unless you're very close to someone.
Makes sense.
But yeah, the old people continue to hustle and bustle. Again, it seems like a pretty quiet kind of town. There's some retirees. Earlier in the day, you might have seen some people commuting, some young adults commuting to Rustboro for work who happen to enjoy the lower cost of living in Petalburg. But besides that, kind of just an old person town. There's still your classic Pokemon Center, Pokemon Mart. It has a Rite of Learning. Obviously a bowling alley, a couple other attractions. But besides that, it is hard to really call it a city. It is more of a town.
Do we want to go
Bowling again? Yes.
bowling again? Do we want to go to that boat store? Would you call it that?
The
Boat
place with the
place.
boats.
Place with the boats.
The dock.
See if we can find it. Dock, sure. Let's go with that. And see if we can find a boat. And maybe get on the water here and make our way to Dewford.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
That's a good idea.
Unless does anyone else want to do anything in Petalburg?
Not much left. I already conquered the sport here, so.
Right. They already have your name on a
Nothing
plaque.
else, yeah.
Great. I'm assuming that's consensus.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
The Quacko Packo depart westward. Sorry.
Can I tell bye to this scraggly old lady in farts?
Yes, you can.
I'm like, all right, thank you. You've been a big help. Bye.
Charisma check.
Can I stand next to Elodie so I can get disadvantage on that?
You have to be like
I
on
just
top
think
of
it'd
her,
be
but
funny
yes.
if I got a
Yeah,
roll.
go for
low
it.
roll.
Go
Yep.
for it.
Damn it, that's still a 15. Okay.
Schmidt's too cute. He can't put it away. This old woman, despite hating Schmidt, is kind of charmed in a similar way that like a 6-year-old who had a crush on someone would like bully them. That's kind of how she feels right now. And she waves goodbye and she's like, "Get out of here!" But she has a smile and she blushes a little bit.
How are you so good with old people?
I basically am one on the inside.
This attracts the ears of all the old people around a little bit. They all kind of side-eye Schmidt for making another statement about how old these adventurers are. At least it's not the 15-year-old. 14, 15? Around there. I don't know. The Quacko Packo ventures westward toward Route 104, a place they'd already been at a different time of day. They are looking for a boat place. A dock, perhaps? And what they find is a wooden place of business with a very long dock stretching out into the sea and a big old sign on the top that says Briney's Shipyard, made in an ornate, beautiful wooden sign. It's got lots of white and blue and general nautical colors, and there is an impression of a seagull Pokemon. It looks very happy, and it's smiling, and it's wearing a little kerchief around its neck. There are, in fact, boats here. For reasons I will not currently describe them. Are you entering the shipyard?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great. As you enter the wooden building, the nautical building, you see around you lots of nautical nonsense, if that's something you wish. Lots of like anchors and like pictures of the sea and aquatic Pokemon designs and sculptures. It's very, very oceanic. And right as you enter, there's a bird Pokemon on a stoop. It has a massive bill. It seems like you could fit many a fish Pokemon inside of it. And as you enter, it goes nice and loud, like as one would if you were entering a place of business and there was a chime on the door or something. Instead, it just happens to be a Pokemon. And for all four of you, it goes as you enter. It has a big smile on its face, and this alerts a worker who is working. This is a woman probably in her 30s, 40s. She's wearing kind of a sailor's garb, but wearing coveralls. Seems like she may have been doing some maintenance or something. And she peeks her head out from the corner of the room and she says, "Welcome on in. Welcome to Briney's Shipyard. How can I help you?"
Hi. We are looking to travel to Dewford, and we are looking to perhaps rent or purchase a boat in order to do so.
The woman says, "Great. You picked a great time. We're just opening up. We're not too busy. I don't have any super serious repairs to do right now. You want to do some boat shopping? Shall I take you out to the dock?"
That sounds great.
Sounds lovely.
So this person walks to your group. She is wearing a name tag that says Little Miss Bryony on her coveralls, and leads you out to the dock. This is where we will begin the focus of this play session, where the Packo will be building boats. I think this would be fun to do
boat workshop
one at a time. The boats that you generate based on your rolls will be the only boats that are available for purchase/rent. So, who wants to go first?
I'm down.
Oh yeah, you got it. Go.
Schmidt will go first. Roll 1d12.
It's just like roll for sandwich, but with boats.
I love roll for
Oh,
sandwich.
I got a 12.
A 12. Nice.
Yes.
Okay. Just so you know, they don't always correspond to quality. Some of them do. Roll a d10 first.
That's a 6.
Okay, roll another d10.
That's a 2.
Roll one more d12.
That's a 7.
Okay. Roll a d4.
That's a 1.
Okay.
Started off so strong and then just went downhill.
Roll another d4.
That's a 4.
Okay. This is a very funny boat. Should we wait for everyone to get their boats and then I'll describe them all, or do we want descriptions like now?
I think one at a time's fine.
You do want to know what this boat is like?
I do. Yes.
This is Schmidt's
Suspense.
generated boat, so I have to know if Schmidt wants to hear about this boat.
Yeah.
Okay, we will describe the boat. The first boat that Little Miss Bryony takes you to is front and center for a good reason. It is massive. It is a huge ship. It is, in fact, one might describe as a yacht. It is basically a house on a boat. It is relatively modern. However, it isn't perfect. It is a deep red color, which really isn't super pleasant to look at. It has blue trim, so around all of its features, and also the top compartments, like the roof area to where there's living quarters, is all blue. It has decals on it. The previous owners decided to name this particular ship Thunder Spray, and there are lightning bolts all across the hull. It seems like its maneuverability would be quite poor. It is very stocky and wide, and it doesn't particularly seem like it has a great motor on it. However, for a yacht, the price is basically as good as it gets, probably because it wouldn't handle very well. Little Miss Bryony introduces you to Thunder Spray and says, this particular vessel is one I've been trying to get rid of for a while. It certainly could make a trek to Dewford, and you would be living very comfortably. I can't speak to its shipworthiness, but it's quite the looker. Thunder Spray will run you 10,000 Poké to purchase, or we can discuss a rental agreement. Who's next?
Yeah, I'll go next.
Roll a d12.
11.
11. Okay. Roll a d10.
4.
Roll another d10.
8.
Roll a d12.
2.
Roll 3 different d4s.
3, 2, and 4.
Great. Little Miss Bryony introduces you to the next ship, which is also very large and fancy. This could potentially be described as a mini yacht. Little Miss Bryony says, this particular ship often gets taken out for little cruises down to Dewford and back. So once again, should perfectly suit your needs, I would imagine. You look it up and down, and it is very comically colored. It is orange and black. It looks like a Halloween vessel.
Awesome.
And Little Miss Bryony acknowledges this, and she adds an addendum. She says, so while the color scheme is similar to a Gorgeist, one would say, the ship itself does have a haunting. And as she says this, a little creature steps up on the aft side of the ship and perches and looks down at you all and lets out a meow. Little Miss Bryony says, there's this meowth that's lived on this ship and I just can't get it to leave. So if you ended up taking this ship, I'm sorry if you're allergic to cat Pokemon, but there's just no getting rid of it. It's just on the boat. There's nothing you can do about it. Looking it over, it seems more seaworthy than the other one. And it'll run you 8,000 Pokemon dollars to purchase, and rental agreements would be different.
Mm-hmm.
Who's next?
I can go next.
Elodie. Generate me a boat. Roll a d12.
Woohoo!
I need you to get the exact combination of rolls for us to get the going, Mary.
So true. I don't even know what that is, but I agree. I got an 11, so we'll see.
Roll again.
12.
Roll again.
3.
Awesome. Roll a d10.
9.
Okay. Roll another d10.
1.
Roll a d12.
11.
And roll 3 individual d4s.
Got 2 3s and another 3.
All 3s. Nice.
Yes.
Great. Little Miss Briny introduces you to the next ship. Little Miss Briny says, I don't know how familiar you are with boat types, but this is what we in the industry call a cutter. And what you see is what an average person would describe as, a sailboat, but it looks like a good one. It looks like not a cheap one. It seems like something that is certainly seaworthy. This one does, in fact, actually have under-deck storage and perhaps even bed space, which is pretty cool. This particular cutter was rigged out with very fancy sail deployment. It's self-maintained, so you don't need like a particularly strong rigger to like make the sails work. There's an automatic button, they just shoot up, and it's very easy to navigate, which is a huge plus. It is fully white. The deck, everything about it is pure white. And in fact, it looks very clean. Looks to be in pretty good condition. And if you were to purchase it, it would run you $2,800, only $2,800. As a note, this does not have a motor. It is a sailboat. There's one more boat to generate. Cindy, would you do the honors?
Sure.
Give me a D12.
A 5.
Awesome. Okay, give me a D10.
6.
Give me another D10.
An 8.
Ooh. Sick. Give me a D12.
Oh, no. A 4.
Okay. Give me 3 consecutive D4s.
2, 2, 2, 2.
That's 4 D4s.
Did you say 3?
Yeah, but I mean, if they're all 2s, then it doesn't matter.
They were all 2s.
Okay. Hiding behind the shipyard building where you first met Little Miss Briny. For some reason, you didn't notice it before, but what you come across as the final ship that is available for use is literally a pirate ship. It is what Little Miss Briny describes as a privateer. It is a large wooden vessel with 1, perhaps maybe 2 underdeck spaces. It is a beautiful, full wooden vessel. The large sails that are hanging are red and black striped. The very kind of intimidating and cool vibe to it. It has been tricked out with many spotlights, which is very interesting. One may wonder if they were used for signaling to other vessels, or perhaps they were used for something else entirely. Who knows? It seems like there was, what do you call the thing at the front of a boat? There's a word for it.
Mast.
Is it mast? Mast is where you hang the sails, right? Figurehead. That's what it is. It seems like there may have been a figurehead on the ship, but it has been broken off. But there is adequate mounting if one were to do such a thing.
So it's not a goat.
It's not a goat, but you could make it one.
I'm leaving.
Cindy has generated a cool pirate ship somehow, and that would run the party 10,000 Pokemon dollars to purchase. Rentals are different. Those are your ships. In review, there is a yacht named Thunder Spray. It looks kind of shitty, but it's really big, which is cool. There is like a mini yacht that is Halloween themed and has a resident cat. There is a good old sailboat. It's very cheap, and its sails look very fancy. And then as your last option, there is a whole ass pirate ship with spotlights. What will the Quacko Packo do?
This is a good question.
Yeah.
Pros and
I'm leaning
cons.
3 or 4.
Also, I
Is
feel
there-
like renting might be ideal because realistically, how much boat do we need?
True. Yeah, we're not really gonna need it probably after
Or
we
if we
complete
do-
our quest.
Or if we do need it, we could rent it again.
That's true. Well, and additionally, on a side note, once we go to Dewford, we do have a way to travel back there without a boat. I'm gonna point to my bracelet. Although we don't, necessarily need to use it.
We also would just leave the boat there. Like we wouldn't return it.
Kind of bad as a renter, don't you think?
Yeah.
True, we would need to return it.
Yeah, that's how renting works.
Can we make
Oh no,
the
I meant like
the boat to the portal?
I meant if we needed to return to Dewford after like going there.
We
I didn't mean
return the
like we
boat.
just leave the boat.
I'm assuming this is a private conversation between the four of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want some chaos, I'll roll an eavesdrop, but Little Miss Bryony is a respectful saleswoman, so.
We're not trying to screw her over.
Okay, great.
Could I just ask her real quick though how long it would take to get to Dewford on each of these boats? Like if she could give an estimate.
Yeah. Little Miss Bryony licks her finger and points it up in the air, and she's like, with the wind with the way it is now, and she looks over the horizon, and she says, with the weather, depending on how that goes, she evaluates each of the ships. She gestures to the yacht, and she says, based on this one's handling, I'd be surprised if you could get there in 2 days. Referencing to boat number 2, the Halloween mini yacht with the cat. She says, this one probably handles a little bit better, but it's still, I'm going to give you ballpark 2 days to get to Dewford. The little sailboat, the cutter, she says, this is very wind and weather reliant. So if you get the tailwinds in your favor, you could get there in less than a day. If it's not favorable, it could take you maybe a week. And then at the pirate ship, the privateer, she says, also pretty reliant on the winds, but just a much stronger ride. It won't be influenced as much by tides and currents. It's not going to bobble around as much. So I will also quote you, if you get good winds, probably 1 day. And if you get bad winds, maybe 3 or 4.
Okay, well that's something to consider.
Kind of leaning towards the pirate ship.
Yeah, pirate ship's looking pretty nice. How much would it be to rent the pirate ship for?
This was...
I don't know. How long are we going to need it?
Oh, yeah. Let you guys decide that first.
Well, I
Like a
mean,
week?
depending on the weather, we could need it much longer.
We just put like a down payment on it and then return it whenever.
Right.
How do rentals work, and how does the cost work, and all that?
Great. Little Miss Bryony pulls out a clipboard and puts on some readers and says, sure, let's talk through it. This is Cindy's ship, so I need Cindy to roll a D10. D10.
4.
4. Pretty good. Little Miss Bryony says, we do rentals on a fortnight basis. So get your chug jugs out. No, she says, we do rentals on a fortnight basis. So that's every 2 weeks. So to rent the privateer would cost you 4,000 Poké-Dollars per 2 week period. That does not include any charges that may be related to damage or any other issues that happen with the ship when you return it. We can establish a rental period up to any length of time. But based on the clients that I have, I do prefer having more specific windows. So if you say you're going to have it for 2 weeks, if it takes longer than 3 weeks, you will be charged a late fee up to equal the base amount of rent.
What if it's shorter? What if we return it before the 2 weeks?
There's no change.
So we have a boat for 2 weeks, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's totally doable. And like, let's see. Let me look at
Don't we
my
also
handy dandy
have-
map.
Don't we also have Patricia who can make the wind be good for us?
This is
Yes.
something that, like, yeah, we could definitely use our Pokemon to help. Hopefully,
I had already
I don't know how
planned on
helpful it
doing
would
that.
be.
Yeah.
But
How much
mean, we
is
don't
the
know-
cutter? How much is the smaller ship? Just to see the price of that for 2 weeks.
The cutter is $2,800. It's by far the least expensive option. Oh, and to rent it, that would be a LED roll on a D10.
cool. What am I rolling?
D10.
Got it. 9.
9. Math. We are going to say a mere 500 Pokemon dollars for a 2 week period.
I just figured it'd be worth to consider it because
Right.
it might not be bad. Like if we can make it be favorable winds, it might be faster
Right.
and cheaper.
I mean, I'm just like, of the supposed boat fund that we got from the gems, like the pirate ship is only half of that for 2 weeks.
Yeah. But if something happens, which I feel like something always happens, and we're late, we'll have a late fee, and we don't even know how much that'll be on top of the nearing 4-week mark if that should happen.
Well, it would be another. I think she said it'd be another base fee.
We've been here, right? So if it hits the 2 weeks, we can just do the
portal the boat back.
And then
Can the portal become big enough to portal the boat back?
I'm not answering that question.
Well, I don't know.
We would have to take a chance with that one.
At least we could portal ourselves back to warn her. Maybe that will be a little late, although that might be kind of weird.
We have the boat still.
We're here. We don't have the boat, but we're here to tell you it's on its way.
That's great.
The smaller boat might be easier to portal to.
Potentially, if that even is an option, yes.
I mean, just take the sail down and then you're just portaling that boat,
True. I mean, at this point, it seems like everybody's leaning smaller boat, maybe?
Yeah,
unless I'm reading this wrong.
The prices make sense with it.
Sure. Yeah, and
we have bigger money to spend elsewhere also if we need it.
We will have a lot of money then for other things, and I love having money, so...
Are you committing?
Sounds like a plan.
Sure.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the Going Merry, but it's fine.
It's a cute boat, nonetheless. Who will provide payment and who will sign the rental agreement?
I can do that. Since
I'm going to let boat money take care of that.
Yeah, I'm holding the boat money right now. I can take care of that.
Okay.
Or even the cost to buy this boat was still not a huge amount of or a little more than a quarter of our money.
This is true, but what are we going to use a boat for beyond this 2-week period?
That's true.
Can ram it into our enemies.
No. Okay. Yeah, we're renting.
Well, after saying that, that's a bad idea to rent because if you ram into your enemies, I mean...
So we won't ram into our enemies.
Great. Okay, Elodie agrees to do the paperwork. Please deduct an initial payment of the first week's rent, or first 2 weeks' rent, which is 500 Pokemon dollars. A steal, one might say.
Steal.
Little Miss Briny evaluates the Packo, and she says, it's important for a sail vessel that you all have a crew established. So I'll have each of you sign in your names which positions each of you will be taking up. There are 4 fields on the rental agreement. There is the field of captain. There's the field of sailor/rigger. There's the field of navigator. And the last field is mate/gunner. So, Packo, what roles do you have?
Feels kind of obvious to me.
Yeah,
I'll be the gunner.
Yup.
Yep. I'm the captain.
I'm the rigger.
The map lady is the
yeah. We all kind of fit into that mold very easily.
Great. Little Miss Briny was happy and impressed that it went so quickly. The final term on the rental agreement specifies any modifications that you would like to make to the ship. You can apply new paint. You can install features like a figurehead, or you can install a crow's nest, or you can install things like a telescope or a spotlight. You can install a smuggling cabinet, if you so wish.
They're encouraging crime.
Can we put a goat head?
You just want.
Does she have a goat head?
Rolling?
Specifically the one from the goat.
Actually, Schmidt,
a goat head?
You should roll, actually. Schmidt.
Okay.
Just a d20.
That's a 9.
9. She does have a goat figurehead. It is not a go-goat. It is a skidoo.
He's a little guy.
Oh, he's a little dude.
And it would only cost 25 Pokemon dollars.
But it's not the Going Merry head.
Looking at it, I mean, it's kind of similar. It's not nearly as big, of course.
Yeah.
But the expression is kind of the same.
It seems pretty similar.
Yeah.
No, I guess we'll save our money.
The disappointment.
You can also get custom sails, if you so wish. You can install actual, real cannons, sure, but there's also, special kind of, what do you call them? Focuses for Pokemon that utilize ranged attacks to attack at a distance. It doubles their attack range if you install them and they fire through it. Any sort of thing you could enforce it with armor. That's an option. Basically, I want to give you all the option to customize the ship however you see fit. Maybe for some money.
Right. What happens on the water between here and Dewford? Like, we need armor for our ship. I'm scared.
Are you asking Little Miss Briny?
Yes, I will ask that.
She says, well, to be honest with you, there's a number of things that can go wrong. It seems like because the oceans are heating up that coral reefs are migrating further out into the sea, and sometimes they pile up so high that they can scratch the underside of your ship. Weather can be unpredictable as of lately. There have been reports of rampaging Pokemon out in the deep water that sailors tend to run into. There's a number of things, and you never know. It's always good to have a hardier vessel just in case.
That's fair. I would be in favor then of armor because this is such a small ship. I don't necessarily know if we need anything else, but I don't know how the rest of you feel about that.
Ram it into something.
Sure. Why not? How much is the armor for the ship?
The armor, it depends on how much you want to reinforce it. The armor class of the vessel is 15 by default. To reinforce it to 16 would cost 100 Pokemon dollars. To reinforce it to 17 would cost 250. And that's the body, excuse me. The rigging has a lower armor class that is 13. You could get reinforced sails. That would do the same thing.
What do we think, gang?
I mean, we should probably force it, right?
Probably.
You could also...
At least the sails.
You want to reinforce the sails?
What? Yes, I think so.
Okay. It'll be the same ratio. To increase it by 1 will cost you 100 Pokemon dollars. Increase it by 2 will cost you 250. It is exponential, but it gives you exponential benefit, if that makes sense.
Right.
Mm-hmm. What do we think? 16 or 17? Or, sorry.
Do we have to do them separately? Like, obviously, like...
if you combo them, you'll get a
deal.
75% discount.
Whoa. Oh, now I have to do some mental math.
I'll do it for you if you tell me what you want to do.
Please.
So if you did a tier 1 of sail and hull, it would be 125 Pokemon dollars.
You get 75% off one of them.
Yes,
right.
Correct.
That makes sense.
Because overall, then you would just be saving a bunch of money. So
yeah,
right. Just might as well just do it all.
If you buy both, it'll be cheaper than literally any individual one.
No.
Okay, that makes sense.
Or you could also do 75% off each individually and then add that together. So that'd be 75 plus 75.
Yeah, I already just calculated it. So
sorry. No, that's wrong. Never mind.
Okay.
Forget what I said.
Yeah, I forgot it. It's fine. I'm not good at math.
I am also not good at math, so. And then for 2, that would be 250 plus, or for like the 2 steps up, that'd be 250 plus 75% off 250.
Yes.
Which would be, it should be easy.
It should be, but
25% of 250.
Yeah, we'll round that to 187. So
okay, 187.
That combo deal.
So 187 plus
would be 437.
Got it. Right. So do we want plus 2 AC to each, or do we want plus 1 AC to each? How's everyone feeling about that?
Okay, so it's like, with the 250 combo, that was 312.5 seems actually pretty reasonable, all things considered. I like the pricing of that. It's not too bad.
We all love doing math.
So true.
Did you all sign for your roles for Captain, Sailor, Navigator, and Mate?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. When Schmidt goes to sign for Captain, Lil Miss Briny has a quick question. Lil Miss Briny addresses Schmidt and says, as Captain of the vessel, I need you to know basic nautical terms. I will ask you right now, and you will answer very quickly as a proper captain. Please define the nautical directions of bow, stern, port, and starboard.
Oh, port and starboard is left and right.
Which one is which?
Fuck. Port left, starboard right. Bow front, and the last one
stern.
Back. Yeah, stern.
Okay. Little Miss Briny says, "That's correct." If
I went to college.
Final question. If we're doing Roxanne's gym all over again, if your vessel was traveling backwards in the stern direction, what would you call that movement?
Don't fucking know.
This one isn't necessary for the roll. You already aced it, but she says, that is called aft. Now you know if the winds are ever blowing you backwards, or if you need to turn around, that is about aft. Just small talk.
Thank you.
Small talk while the discussions of upgrades are happening is all.
I was trying to turn it into like a aft these nuts or something, but I can't.
You'll think of it later, and then you'll portal in and be like, aft these nuts.
Yeah, F these nuts. Oh no.
So yeah, tier 1 armor upgrades for rigging and hull.
Yeah.
Okay. That gives you an AC 16 hull, AC 14 rigging for 125 Pokemon dollars. Again, this is your vessel that you are renting, yet you are allowed to have modifications. Paint job, figurehead, anything, colored sails.
I thought we did. Well, oh yeah, we weren't committing to the figurehead, huh?
Correct.
No.
Do we need
Actually,
like a
can I
theme?
put one of the... Said you could get like focuses.
Yes.
Can I put one of those on the front?
On the front, you absolutely may.
Yeah.
We're going to say those are 25. Why not?
Okay. Throw it on there.
Okay, there's a focus on the front. So any ranged attack that is fired through that focus will have an increased range. It's really just kind of like a metal circle, kind of like a, but it's designed in such a way with a particular metal that increases the range of ranged attacks. Just want to make sure this is the boat of your dreams.
It's not the boat of my dreams, but it'll do.
Getting the particular pirate ship. I mean, you got pretty close, honestly. Okay. If that's all of your modifications, you are welcome to set sail, if that is so what you wish.
Sail time.
Let's do it.
Gamers.
Gamers gaming.
All right. Assume your positions. We're going to say that there's a rudder, and we're going to say that's controlled by a steering wheel of sorts. So we're going to say there's like a dinky kind of modern looking steering wheel that the captain will assume, which is Schmidt.
Hell yeah.
Again, you need a rigger / sailor, but this ship has particularly fancy sails that kind of auto deploy, but you do kind of need to adjust them manually. So Gimli will assume the position, grabbing onto the ropes, ready to make it happen on the fly rail. Elodie, you did not opt for the crow's nest. However, towards the back of the ship, there's kind of like a coxswain position, more or less, that you can kind of perch up onto. There's like a railing, if you so wish to do so.
And I shall assume that position.
Assume the position.
And then as the mate / gunner, Cindy, you can kind of do whatever you want. But if there's a threat, you do have a focus established that you can blast fire through if you so need it in the front. So as the mate, you can kind of just do whatever. First, let's get some things rolled for. Each Quacko Packo member, roll a d4.
1.
Yeah, 3.
4.
A D4.
Yes.
That's right.
4.
1, 3, 4, 4 is what we got, correct? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Perfect. As you are all on the ship, preparing to leave, everything signed for, Little Miss Briny observes as you are starting to drift away in the water southwards. She says, "Wait! I see on the rental agreement you didn't name the boat. What are you naming the vessel?"
Aft these nuts.
These nuts.
Is that
I
these,
agree.
Is that these nuts or these nuts? This is me asking, not Little Miss Briny.
D's.
D's. So DEEZ NUTZ. What's nuts? Does it have a C, Z, or an S?
I think nuts has an S.
Okay, great. So yeah, as you're starting to drift off into the ocean waters, I'm guessing Elodie shouts back at Little Miss Briny, "These nuts!" And Little Miss Briny kind of just like gives a thumbs up and returns to the shipyard. And she says, "Bon voyage!" And you are all off on the Quacko Packo vessel, These Nuts. I will need a charisma check from Schmidt, a strength check from Gimli, a wisdom check from Elodie, and check of Cindy's choice from Cindy.
23.
Nice.
19.
Now
I got
one.
roll.
Oh.
That one.
Indeed.
On Elodie. Very good. Very cool.
Indeed.
Okay.
I got a 15 on the dice, so I don't know what.
Just ascribe that
What
to
you wanna
anything
do
I
with
want.
that?
I'll do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. The voyage begins. I don't know how much experience any of these characters have had with seafaring, but it seems that Gimli is like pretty prepared for this. He knows what he's doing. The wind is blowing not as a tailwind, but it's also not a headwind. It is more or less due west. So Gimli knows how to position the sails. Schmidt has a pretty good hang of the vessel. He's on the wheel, which controls the rudder in the back, which more or less controls the direction. And everyone trusts his handle of the vessel very, very well. Cindy is kind of just, I don't know, what would Cindy be doing on the ship? What do you think? While everyone's like
Looking
doing
for
jobs
threats.
and stuff. Looking for what?
Threats.
Threats. Nice.
There was an episode of One Piece when they were playing with the cannons and they were blowing up like rocks that they were passing by.
Oh, yeah.
Let's have Cindy do that. Just blow up some rocks.
Do you want to do that, Cindy?
Sure.
Who's blowing up the rocks?
Ooh, probably
Alpha
Soli.
Alpha Soli? Are we
No
committing?
need for Alpha Soli. No.
Crap,
Just regular Soli right now.
Okay. Through the forward focus? Or just doing
Just
it?
rocks. that
Just
we can
rocks
see.
around. Okay, cool. Yeah. Cindy, in maybe out of boredom or out of entertainment of some sort for the crew, just blows some fire and some rocks that are on the rocky coast. There's actually quite a like out further west in the sea. It gets very rocky. Based on rules I had you do earlier, the wind is blowing pretty strong, but again, it is a neutral direction, which is good. The weather right now is cloudy. Not necessarily good, not necessarily bad, but maybe it might start to rain. And this part of the sea, which isn't particularly known for strong currents, so you're traveling at a pretty dang good clip. Elodie has the map. Elodie, we'll say, is just looked down at the map, looked at the sea, looks back down at the map, looked at the sea, and after land is off in the horizon, she turns about and realizes she does not know where the Packo is on these nuts. Just no clue, which is great. Let me, this is Elodie's fault. So, Elodie, please roll a d10.
Okay. 6.
Okay. Without any particular flavor, unless you have any for your seafaring.
She's probably trying to cover up the fact that she doesn't know what's going on. She's like, yeah, we're going the right way. Yeah.
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 All right. If our navigator has confidence in it, full speed ahead.
Zooming straight ahead. Perfect.
Yep. I'm gonna send out Jessica and have Jessica like whip up a hurricane to like
A hurricane.
assist and have us go faster. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Wow.
we're committed.
Okay.
We're getting there in less than a day.
You're trying to hurricane like
We're getting
In-
somewhere
into
in
the
less than a
sails?
day.
Just like maybe like a light hurricane, like just wind in the sails. is what I'm
Hurricane
going
Junior?
for. Hurricane Junior.
Yeah.
Light
Have Jessica
hurricane.
make a dex check.
Casual hurricane.
Oh my god, Jessica. I forgot how fucking dexterous. Okay. That's a 17.
17. Yeah.
Yeah.
The ship is kind of zooming. It is going very fast for a ship of this size. We are going to approximate that it is kind of going at about 45 miles per hour, which is pretty fast for a little sailboat. Direction-wise, Elodie seems confident. Everyone else seems confident. Gimli is manning the rigging quite well. Cindy has been blown up rocks, but as they get deeper into the water, there isn't very much happening. Actually, I need a Schmidt D20.
19.
Schmidt peers to the west. There he sees a series of kind of small islands, which is peculiar for this oceanic route. But from his viewpoint, he spots something very, very peculiar. And that is, on Route 105, he sees a kind of a stone-looking monument out in the middle of the water. And that in itself isn't too weird, but what is weird is that it's completely covered in ice, which is strange because it is hot out. It's probably like 70 degrees on a cloudy ocean day. The ocean breeze helps, of course. It doesn't feel that hot, but it's way too hot for there to be ice. And furthermore, directly out from this monument there is a path of ice on top of the ocean that goes directly west and then directly north. Beyond, as far as he can see past the horizon, there is a path of ice, which is very, very odd. That is very unusual. Based on Elodie's roll from earlier, who hasn't rolled in a while? Cindy, roll a d6.
5.
Cindy, observing, with no rocks to blow up, that sharp fins protrude out of the water nearby her, zooming as fast as the ship is, or a clip of about 45 miles per hour. She counts a total of 7 blue fins poking out of the water, and one of them out in front of the ship. That is a pinkish purple. Does Cindy do anything about this?
Is that a shiny?
Is that what Cindy does about this?
Does the fin look the same? Like, is it the same species of Pokemon, just like a different color?
Correct. They are all vertical, assuming dorsal fins. They all look to be relatively the same size. The alternately colored one is quite a bit bigger, quite a bit taller, and it seems like it has, like, they all have different notches in them, perhaps battle scars, so to speak. They are very close to the ship, kind of surrounding it.
I think I'm gonna have Soli and Izzy. I'll let Izzy out since Izzy's close to evolving, and try and get some, just a little bit of fire. If not, like, not really to kill them, but just kind of minimum scare them off. Like,
okay,
hey, don't mess with us.
We are intimidating these water creatures, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is the Packo informed on this, or is Cindy just kind of taking initiative?
I'm just going. Just yeet.
Okay.
Don't worry, I got this. And then they'll probably get, like, real concerned.
Got what?
Yeah, like, what are you
Don't
talking
worry
about?
about it.
If Cindy intends to do this without the Packo's permission, please roll. What direction are you targeting? There's 8 creatures surrounding the ship, and there's one directly in front of the ship that has a larger pinkish fin.
Probably start with that one.
Okay. What attack are you doing?
Maybe just like a flamethrower, kind of cone out the front of the ship, like get as close to the front of the ship as to not light the ship on fire, and go out from there.
Love it. And Soli's doing it?
Yes.
Okay. What is the save on that?
A DC 16 dex.
Okay, hold on. Great. This creature rolled a 19 on their dexterity save. How much damage is that? Resisted? Okay, yeah, they end up taking very little damage from this, and the one that you've targeted continues to zoom forward, even faster now at this point. There is kind of a sonic-looking ripple from where you targeted it that goes around the ship, and then, out of nowhere, you hear the gnashing of fangs. And now there are 7 funny, stout-looking shark Pokemon that are all very agitated for some reason. And they begin to try to gnaw on the hull of these nuts. Rolling for 7 chomps.
Oh, no.
4 of them connect. I don't have a character sheet for these nuts yet, but it'll come, I promise. Dealing a good old 55 points of damage. Good thing you got that reinforcement to the hull. Nothing integrally failing for the vessel. There's no holes that will lead to flooding. However, these nuts is a little beat up, and the sharks are mad and angry. What is the Quacko Packo's plan?
Elodie, you're good at shiny Pokemon. Can you fix that?
What? What? Shiny Pokemon.
I point at the Sharpedo all the way in the front.
Is it just one gnawing at it?
Oh no, there's 7.
There are like 7 gnawing on the ship.
So this is a full-blown problem.
The only one that hasn't attacked the ship is the one in the front that is different colored.
And that's the one we're focused on?
What seems to be the leader?
I would like to have Cabbage go for a dazzling gleam against the Sharpedos.
Sure.
Oh, that's really good.
I like that. We
That's
will say
better
that
than the bullshit I was planning.
we will say that they are evenly distributed. So Yeah, we'll say that there's one in the front, one in the back, and then 3 on each side. This vessel that we are in, what do we think is the deck size of these nuts?
On the smaller side, because it's a little ship.
It is, but it has an underdeck as well. I mean, it's not like a rowboat. We're gonna say to comfortably fit 4 of you. We're gonna say that it occupies. It's not exactly 20 feet wide, but we'll say 20 feet wide because looking at like a battle map kind of thing, that's what would make sense to fit all of you on it. And we'll say that it is 30 or 35 feet long. What do you guys prefer? Is these nuts long or short? How big are these nuts?
We going for girth or length?
Length. We
Well,
already
it's
did.
already 20 feet wide.
Yeah, we've established girth.
Oh, right, true. Sorry.
Yeah, I say length. We'll be a shower,
Okay,
not a grower.
35.
Yeah, I agree.
25. So 25 by 20? That's a
I thought
That's
it was 30. I thought that was
35.
just-
Yeah, that's better.
Five.
I'm having trouble hearing you. Maybe I'm just not listening well. 35 by 20. That works.
Yes.
Chonky boy, but not like weirdly chonky. Just a good. And it's closer to 15, 16, 17 wide, but just for the purposes of a map, we'll call it 20.
Okay.
Okay, great. Based
Okay,
on
cool.
this quick doodle that I've done, there's shark in the front, shark in the back, 3 on each side. You could target either 2 if you wanted to go for a bow or stern one, or if you are attacking port or starboard, you could hit 3.
Yeah, we'll go for quantity here. We'll attack 3.
Okay. That's-
Can I do a poison gas on the other side of the ship?
It might be initiative time, I think.
Okay.
Let's jump into it, gamers.
Gamers.
What is initiative based on? Is it
Dex.
dex?
Dex.
It's a 7.
Okay.
14.
Nice.
Dirty 20.
Elodie's raring to go.
Get me in there. Put me in there, coach.
Gimli.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know where the country accent from.
It's when you're on the sea, the country comes out.
15.
Wait, we all have to use pirate accents. Arr!
You do. That is
Matey, prepare for battle.
These nuts.
Prepare for battle, matey.
Great.
Ah.
Sorry, Schmidt. What'd you get? 14?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would just like it to be on the record that these nuts joke wasn't me this time.
Yeah, it was
Somebody
Elodie,
else
wasn't it?
decided to name it. Yeah.
Cindy gets to take credit for that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a
I
good
just
name.
wanted it to be on the record.
Good name for a ship. Okay, so the way that this turned out, it is actually Elodie's turn anyways. So are you attacking the
Hey.
port sharks or the starboard sharks?
Let's go starboard, baby.
Okay. Do you know what direction that is? It's okay if you don't.
I think it's right.
It is. Do you want to know my mnemonic for that?
Yeah, I would actually like to know that, please.
It's because all starfish are right-handed. That's my little trick.
That's my little
Don't-
thing, you know.
know if that's true, but I'm gonna believe you on
Well,
that.
you can't determine which
They
of a
obviously
starfish's hand is right because they're stars. So
They don't have hands.
there's that too. Yeah. Anyways, yes, the starboard side. Roll me a dazzling gleam. Or no, they save, right?
Yes. Yes.
What's the save?
16 charisma.
Charisma? Why did I give you that
Charisma.
attack for sharks? Oh god, they're not charismatic at all.
Eh.
Fail. Pass? Fail. One was a nat 1, so that's a crit.
Fabulous. Also, if they fail by 5 or more, they're blinded for a round.
The one that wasn't a crit did not fail by 5 or more. They were close. So the crit
Okay.
one is going to get fucked up, and the other ones are just going to be chilling.
That's a KO this
That'd be super
torpedo,
effective.
actually. Okay, so I will roll damage, and then we just add like the highest damage for the one that got crit. Correct?
The crit
And how do we
is
do
going to
that?
take no. So the crit gets by default the maximum damage possible, and then you add what
Right.
you roll on top of that.
Right. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha. All right, we rolling. Oh, and this is super effective.
it is
So that's double the dice.
correct. Cabbage is out here right now.
Cabbage is out here. All right. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry to these Sharpedos.
They're goners.
The rolls came out to a total of 50.
Nice.
And then
What's your
So it's
default max
4d8.
damage?
48 plus 7. So that's 8 times 4
39?
plus
No.
7. 39.
39. Okay.
50. So that'd be 89 damage to the critical hitted Sharpedo.
Yeah.
He is blinded.
Okay, absolutely.
He's still alive.
Cabbage releases fairy lights from her creamy body, and they bombard the sharks. One of them feels particularly bombarded, and their eyes go crisscross. For this to, make sense in this combat, they all just finished attacking the ship, so they're all kind of like gnawing on wood and armor, kind of, and they're all kind of facing the ship while they're zooming. So they all saw the dazzling lights, and one of them got particularly messed up, and he starts to like swim away, and then lets out a rah kind of sound and charges forward in like a Marco Polo kind of sense, because the other sharks are like, "Bah!" and he's like, "Bah!" and they're communicating to help stay on track. But he is blinded for a round. Nice swing from Cabbage. Anything else, Reality?
I will take out Key Lime for my action.
Okay. Key Lime comes out. Little Robo, never been on the ocean before. What will Key Lime do? We'll find out next time.
True facts.
Gimli, you're next. You were just pulling on the sails. What is Gimli's course of action here in this shark scenario?
Guess I gotta pull out somebody. Who do I want to bring?
I mean, you don't have to. There could be alternatives. I don't know.
I'm trying to think what alternative.
Yeah. You just punch a shark,
Just I think
Gimli dives into the water.
The port and starboard ones are close enough because they were just chewing on the ship.
Oh yeah, this is a pretty low ship, huh?
Yeah.
True.
Pick one up and throw it.
I do want to take a shark and throw it at the other sharks.
Okay, yeah. It won't be easy,
Pull
but it is
the
possible.
shark.
Do you choose a port or starboard shark?
Port.
Okay, there's 3 of them.
Uh-huh.
Like we'll say 1, 2, 3, north to south. Which one do you want to try and pick up?
I want to take the north one and swing it into the other 2.
Okay, I want to say this will be hard,
Of
and you could also provoke an opportunity attack. I just want to make sure you're familiar with the terms here.
That's fine.
Okay. You said the topmost shark, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't see a way to flavor this as strength for you. I'm going to have to make it dex. So, make a DC 14 dexterity check to pick up the shark.
15.
Oh my god, he did it. The mad lad. Yeah. Gimli is aware of the shark attack based on the boat rocking back and forth. He runs to the port side, sticks his hands in the water, and pulls out a shark. What will he do with the shark?
I'm going to swing it into the other 2 sharks.
Great. This can be strength. We'll say this is... Yeah, it's more fun if you roll to hit rather than make it a save. We'll just say it'll work for both. Yeah, roll to hit them with the shark.
21 to hit.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Do you have any flavor for throwing the shark at the sharks? Or is it just as simple as it sounds?
I'm using it it's like a Sharpedo, right?
Yeah.
So I'm using it like a club. I'm just at it by the fin, teeth out, just swinging at the other 2.
Oh, you're batting at them.
Yeah, I'm just using it like a club.
I thought you were throwing them. Wow. Okay.
No.
That's sick. This Sharpedo does not love that. But it is effective. That makes even more sense. Their armor class is 15. So I will give you if you're using a shark as an improvised weapon, what bonus should you get? I'm going to say 5. Give yourself a +5 bonus for armor class 15 to hit. We'll give you a multi-attack. Why not? Because it's cool. For both of the sharks. Roll to hit.
I did. I got a 21 to swing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And since we're using it as a club, roll another one for the other shark.
Oh, okay.
I was picturing a throw, but now it's a weapon. So.
Oh, okay. I got a 22 to hit the other shark.
Okay, yeah, great. Roll. I'll just give you one of their attacks and do typeless damage. So roll 6d6 plus. It's not your attack. Plus 3. 66 plus 3.
25 damage.
Okay, great. We'll just make it 25 for each. Also, we will do half of that to the shark that you were holding.
Nice.
Great. Gimli does exactly as described. Picks a shark out of the sea, bashes other sharks with it. They are upset. They are frustrated. We're going to consider the shark that's being used as a weapon as being grappled. It will try to break free next at the start of its next turn, which is at the top of initiative. So just keep that in mind. Great. Anything else for Gimli here?
No, I'm good.
Okay, great. Love it. Schmidt, you're up.
So who's left on the boat?
Everyone. Or
Yeah, we're still on the boat, bud.
All the sharks are still attached to the boat, or
oh no, sorry. So the port and starboard sharks, there's 3 on each side. They're all pretty close to the boat. There's a stern shark and a bow shark, and they're a little more further away. We're gonna say they're 15 feet out.
okay? So nobody's munching at the moment.
Not at the moment.
I don't have much I can do in this situation.
You can just throw out a random check, maybe, if you don't have a plan. Or you can, take your time, come up with something too.
Yeah, they're all just like at range, just kind of the issue.
The ones on the sides are effectively melee range. They're like 5 feet, right?
I have an idea. It's really risky.
I
don't
love
think
risks.
I should do it.
Let's hear it.
No, I think I'm just gonna hold my action.
Okay. I will let you hold your action. Just for fun, give me a d20. I won't count this towards your turn economy.
8.
8. Okay. Noted. Very well. You may interject whenever until it is your turn again to use an action. Cindy, what are you doing?
I am going to have Izzy on the side of the boat that I guess Elodie attacked with the dazzling gleam, and have Izzy like throw some poison gas into the like over the edge and towards the water, if that makes sense, instead of like getting poison gas on the boat.
Sure.
Try and like direct it down because it's technically a radius.
Yeah, over which edge of the ship?
The starboard side.
Oh, okay.
Where
right
Elodie dazzling gleamed.
Perfect. Yeah, you can totally do that. Just kind of drop down some poison gas.
Yes.
Cool.
It's a
The
DC
properties.
12 con save.
Okay. Yeah, the properties of the gas, just so you know, and for flavor, it's denser than air, but not as dense as water. So it'll kind of linger on the top of the water, and your attack logically will be successful in this scenario. Just so
Okay.
you were aware. What was the DC again?
DC 12 con save.
3 sharks rolling for con. Pass. Fail. And fail. Please roll for damage and describe the effects.
I believe they take full damage. If they fail, they get poisoned.
Great.
So that is 9 damage for all of them, unless they resist poison. I don't know.
They do not, in fact.
Okay.
And yeah, they all take a good chunk of poison damage, and the centermost and sternmost sharks on the starboard side are now poisoned. Way to go.
Sick.
They kind of like cough and hack, and they're like, rah, 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 and they are ferocious and angry. Very good for Cindy. Anything else for Cindy's turn?
Oh, I do still have Solely out. What can Solely do? This might be a little bit of a weird one. So I know Baby Doll Eyes is supposed to be like a reaction,
Correct.
but can I have Solely use Baby Doll Eyes to like charm the shiny one that's like a leader?
The issue with that is that it's not looking at you. I'm not one to say no to creative ideas. If you can somehow get the shark to look at you, I'll make it happen. But just physically, this won't be successful in the way that this combat is currently lined out, if that makes sense.
Okay. Maybe Solely can like roar, not the move, but like make the noise like rawr. Maybe it'll look back.
To gather attention?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Solely can definitely do that. I'm wondering what kind of check that would be. I almost want to call it like Pokemon handling, but you could also flavor it as maybe intimidation. Although that probably be
charisma.
Yeah, just make it a charisma check. Why not?
That's a 19.
19. That will succeed. Solely lets out a rather threatening roar, particularly northwards towards the bow side of the ship. And it does gather the attention of the northernmost Sharpedo. And it kind of turns one of its eyes towards Cindy and Solely.
And Solely's gonna look real cute and use Baby Doll Eyes.
As a reaction, sure. We'll plug that in. Why not?
Yeah.
And that automatically succeeds, right?
Yes.
Okay. We will allow it. The frontmost shark is somewhat charmed, and if it attempts something, it may not go the way it wants it to. That's it for Cindy.
Yep.
Time for the sharks. The Sharpedos somehow communicate to each other in the water. Who knows how? Not me. I'm not a shark, but they know how, and they are doing it very successfully. They coordinate an attack between all 7 non-shiny Sharpedos to attack one Pokemon, and that Pokemon is Cabbage. What is Cabbage's armor class?
16.
Okay, cool. Let's see how many of them hit.
I think also the one that Gimli's holding, unless he made the check.
Oh,
would
true.
not be able to
True.
attack Cabbage.
I did say at the start of his turn he would try and break 3, but break free. So maybe we'll do that first. Opposing strength check. Sharpedo versus Gimli. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. They got a natural 20.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
I didn't.
That'll be hard to beat.
Yeah, I didn't beat that.
So at the start of their turn, the call is somehow communicated, whether it's through a gnashing of teeth or telepathically or something, for the sharks to coordinate an attack. The shark that Gimli was holding wriggles free. Rather than deciding to attack Gimli, it's going to heed the call of its brethren and leap towards Cabbage. All but one of the sharks were able to successfully land an attack onto Cabbage, gnashing their teeth, pulsing through their teeth, sharp water, if that makes any sort of sense. Like they line their teeth with water and they leap out of the sea, and the one leaps out of Gimli's hands, and 6 incoming attacks to Cabbage. One moment. It's a lot of math.
I'm scared.
I am also scared.
This is the most dice I've ever rolled for an attack. Oh, God.
No.
One by one, they leap out of the water and chomp onto Cabbage, dealing a total of 160 points of water-type
Christ.
damage into Cabbage in a multi-attack.
Cabbage has fainted.
Cabbage has fainted.
Oh,
A
Cabbage.
ruthless shark
What?
attack that not many can withstand.
What's Cabbage's base HP?
123.
Okay.
She's not dead. We're fine.
Okay.
The one
She
that
just needs
missed.
to take a nap.
The one that missed was.
Yeah, she just needs a little nappy time.
The one that missed was the blinded one. Just couldn't figure it out. Just, heeded the call and then just kind of bonked headfirst into the ship. And
Everyone bite them.
yeah. But it is clear that these sharks mean business. For what reason are they mad at these nuts in the Quacko Packo? We may never know. But their onslaught
Maybe someone flamethrowered them unprovoked.
continues. It is now Elodie's turn.
Fabulous. I'm starting to wonder if perhaps this encounter is worth it, because that was a lot of damage. Admittedly targeted.
They rolled well.
What were you saying?
I don't think it was worth it to begin with, but here we are dealing with it.
We're not loyal. I mean, like, someone here started it, so
That is true. Somebody here started it.
true.
I won't name names, though. Are they now all sort of centralized in one area?
They've reformed to their position. Some of them may have swapped as they leaped over the ship to gnaw into Cabbage. But they are still in the same formation. One in the front, one in the back, 3 on each side.
Can I?
Yeah, you can
You've
do
been
it.
holding your
wanna
action,
do.
so
Yeah.
I guess this would be kind of more reactionary. Like the ones that are trying to jump back across the ship. Can
mhm.
I have Quacko like try to leaf blade one of those?
Because you were holding your action, I will allow it. Absolutely.
Okay.
Because we can say that you did that as they were doing that. So you want to leaf blade. You're going just for one of them.
Yeah.
I guess that's the only reasonable way to do it when there's chaotic 7 sharks jumping across the ship.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't make sense for you to target one, but I will choose one. Or you know what? We'll let you. We'll just say I'll assign HP values to their positions. Between the 3 on each side and then 1 in the back, do you have one preference that you'd want to get rid of?
I don't really have a preference.
Okay, we'll just let it swing then. I'll put it in
Is
a
there
communal.
one that already has damage on it?
Yes, they actually all have damage on them, except for the one in the back.
Okay, who's the most fucked up?
The blinded one, who is Starbird on the bottom.
Okay.
In
I
fact,
don't want that one. I want
sorry,
one of the ones
that
jumped.
okay. You know what? That works because they failed their attack, so they probably flailed in the air for a little bit because they couldn't get to Cabbage. So that works perfectly.
Okay.
They were blinded at the time, so I will give you advantage to hit.
Okay, so with the leaf blade and leak stack, that's only 19 to crit, or is that 18?
That's 18.
Okay, I rolled an 18 on the dice.
Perfect.
So that's a crit.
That sure is a crit.
That's a super effective crit.
That is. What's the damage formula?
3d8 plus 4.
There is no world where this Sharpedo will not faint, so you don't need to roll damage unless you want to.
No, I'm good.
Okay, great. The previously blinded Sharpedo is knocked out. You've removed one of them. Nice job. As Packo slices through with the leaf blade for the one whose eyes went askew from the dazzling gleam earlier, and it plops into the water, and it does not keep up. It just floats there. Nicely done. Schmidt, and you'll still get your turn as normal. Did you have a bonus action or anything?
Not really, no.
Okay, we will return to Elodie. Hello, Elodie.
Hi, how's it going? Can I have Key Lime mimic Dazzling Gleam?
The move is Mimic, correct?
Yes.
Yes, that is an action, I believe. Right?
Right.
If you didn't automatically return Cabbage to her Pokeball, then I will say yes. Which is fine, because you can just do that now that it's your turn. If you had this intention in mind, it would work. So yes, I will say yes.
Okay.
Let me give you a damage formula for Key Lime. It's probably different.
I'm wondering if this was worth it, because her stats are different.
Key Lime's damage will
Like
be
range.
2d8 plus 6. The same as Psycho Cut, but ranged and multi-hit. And the DC is 14.
That's fine. Actually, I mean, they're not very charismatic, so it's probably not a huge deal. So, did we decide whether or not I can then use it, or it would just mimics it, and I'm done with that move?
Mimic is just Mimic, unfortunately.
Okay.
Copycat you get to use right away because it's like more committal, kind of.
Right.
I don't know.
Perfect. Segue.
Mm-hmm.
So Aubergine, I think, still being in Elodie's bag.
Yeah.
Does that count as her like being out? Like, would I need an action to bring her out?
Sure, she'll be there. Elodie won't be able to do anything
Okay.
this turn herself, but
That's fine.
yes, we can allow that.
Can I then copycat Dazzling Gleam with Aubergine?
Granted, you are targeting Cabbage still, yes.
Okay, cool.
Because otherwise you would copycat Mimic, which is just complicated.
Copycat mimic, which
Yeah.
mimics Dazzling Gleam. No.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can do that.
I'll target Cabbage. Okay, cool.
Okay, give me a second to generate another formula.
Yeah, sorry.
It's totally fine. It's a cool mechanic, but
I'm triple Dazzling Gleaming.
yeah.
I'm getting crazy.
Oh my god.
Elodie's on another level here. It's the same DC.
I can just use that.
The damage is actually pretty good. It's 2d8 plus 3. So it's really not
Okay.
bad.
For a baby, pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. So I will go ahead then and have Aubergine use that copycat.
Okay.
So they will need to make that save.
Okay. And this is the starboard side, correct?
Starboard. Yeah, we'll go starboard side again.
You guys will not forget these nautical directions now that we have combat. They are ingrained. My goals of this campaign is achieved. This is all I wanted, was for you guys to learn these. DC
Pirate episode? Real?
Seriously. Starboard Shark 1 failed. Starboard Shark 2 passed.
Let's roll some damage.
Let's see it.
That will do 23 damage.
Nice. A good hit.
Did he fail by more than 5?
The one that failed did, yes.
Ooh, blinded.
Let me do some math. Yeah. Aubergine witnessing Key Lime literally mimic the attack that Cabbage just used before Cabbage unfortunately fainted. Aubergine was like, I'm going to copy it too. It was great. Aubergine does a little flip, as copycatters do, and it fires off shimmering gleams from its body, a technique it didn't know it was capable of. It fires off into the remaining 2 sharks on the starboard side, hitting both of them for super effective fairy-type damage, and even knocking one of them out. It floats away into the water, and Aubergine feels very proud of her achievements and begins to evolve. And
Let's go!
Aubergine glows a brilliant white light and emerges from the other side a larger, fiercer, more sneaky-looking cat named Lipard. So congratulations.
No more cat in the bag. Unless I get a really big
Cat's out of the
bag.
bag.
Cat's out of the
Cat's
bag.
out of the bag!
That'd be a good
Name of
name
the
for this
episode?
episode. Yeah.
It's all it took was these nuts to get the cat out of the bag.
Got him.
Anything else for Elodie's turn?
No, that will be all.
Good turn. Way to go. I mean, you did lose cabbage, but
Oh, wait. Actually, real quick,
Yeah.
because it is a bonus action. Can I party time somebody? Who wants a party time?
sure. You should give it to one of the sharks.
Oh,
No.
I can
What is
I
the
can give
party
it-
time bonus?
1d8 to use
To
whenever you want.
damage or
If you want.
okay. I got some horseshit cooking if you want to throw it on me.
Sure, I'll lay it on you.
Onto Schmidt or onto a Pokemon?
Would you
Uh,
prefer?
I would prefer a Pokemon.
Okay, well, then I will lay it
can
on
do either.
Packo?
Okay. That works.
Question mark? Yeah,
That works.
we'll lay it on Packo.
You do that. Just for flavor, what is the nature of this inspiration?
Question. I think Aubergine and Key Lime are going to synchronize their moves, as they were both sort of trying to do the same thing there, in perhaps sort of a dancing fashion, in a way that hopefully Quacko will enjoy.
Ooh. Does that proc Dancer in some way?
Jessica can get a D4 -1 of inspiration, we'll say. For
Okay.
herself.
Mm.
We'll allow it.
Perfect. They're dancing.
They're dancing. Yeah, it's successful. Bardic Inspiration always works, or should I say Elodie's party time. But yeah, nicely done.
Fabulous.
That's it for Elodie. Gimli, you're up. The shark wriggled out of your hands, unfortunately. But here you are.
Grab the shiny one.
Yeah, how's the proximity looking to
Can
these
we-
sharks right now?
Bow and aft are 15 feet, and the port and starboard are like melee range. There are 2 sharks on the starboard side. Sorry, 1. There's 1 shark on the starboard side now. 3 port, 1 bow, 1 stern.
Who do I want to schmack in the or can I just yeet something?
Bregalad to copy the
To copy
Dazzling
the
flame.
copy.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, we could do that.
That would be your full action economy, but you can do it.
Yeah, I will actually take that full action economy for
Okay.
Bregalad to copycat the copycat of the copycat of the
Oh god, the cat is truly out of the bag.
They're gleaming.
There's so many cats out of the bag. Give me a second. Bregalad's
Need to get my story straight.
it doesn't work well on
Friends are in the
Bregalad.
bathroom.
getting higher than the Empire State.
Ours is waiting for-
Just across the bar.
We really do just need to sing. Like, we need to get
This is a karaoke episode. We're all fighting sharks.
What is Bregalad's dex and charisma scores?
Dex is 8, Charisma's 10.
Okay, I just want to double check. Those are the 2 stats that Dazzling Gleam utilizes, and those are both pretty bad. But it's a super effective attack that hits multiple, so why not? Your DC for them is 12 charisma, and your damage is 4d6 with no bonuses. Could be worse. It will be super effective, so that's 8d6. That's not bad.
That's so true.
So which side are you targeting? Port or starboard, or stern or bow?
What has the most? Was it starboard?
Port has 3 sharks, or you could target the northernmost port shark and the leader. I called them the leader. Cat's out of the bag. Sorry, guys.
No way. I'll target the 3.
Okay. They are rolling DC 12 charisma. Pass. They meet. They all pass, unfortunately, but you do get that 8d6 damage.
29 damage.
29. Pretty good. Worth it. Very worth it. That's a significant amount of damage.
Doing a dance.
Yeah. Suwodo, as is tradition, does a whole ass flip, rocking these nuts a little bit, and lands and shoots out sparkling lights from his hands / branches, and they all dazzle the sharks. They seem like they were more prepared for it this time around, but they all take a good chunk of damage. It looks like 1 or 2 of them is pretty beat up, and that should be everything for Gimli. We're back to Schmidt. Schmidt's been
Sick.
cooking.
Yeah, I've been cooking. Remind me positioning of everything again.
Sure.
There's 1 front, 3 behind us.
There's 1 front, 1 back, 1 starboard in the middle of the ship, and then 3 port.
Okay. So on the port side,
Mhm.
you know how Hurricane in the games, it's like a tornado that just like appears on top of them?
Yeah.
Can I Hurricane them to knock them up? And then while they are knocked out of the water, have Quacko Leaf Blade one of them?
So you're targeting the hurricane into the water?
Yeah, just to kind of like knock them out of the water.
Okay. So we can do it. Yes, we will definitely let that happen. We can do it as it is crowd control and damage, and then the DC will go up. Or we can just do crowd control and the DC will stay the same.
They have to make the save.
Correct.
So I can't Elodie's party time anything with that. Or the discount party time. I could throw it on damage.
I want to find a way that makes sense that you could give it to that.
Maybe like subtract the D4 from their roll for the save.
Just roll the D4 and tell me what it is.
That's a 3.
Okay, perfect. I'll
So
subtract.
-1 would be a 2.
Yes, I'll do that. That's perfect. I'll subtract 1 from each of their saves. Does that work? Because it's like
yeah.
Okay.
The DC 17, so DC 16 now?
Yes. Is it Dex?
Okay.
I
Gotta
think it
scroll
is.
through this. Strength save.
Strength save. Okay.
Yep.
Rolling for each shark for a DC 16 strength save. That's a fail on the first one. That's a fail on the second one. That's
If they fail by 5 or more, they are confused, and if they fail by 10 or more, they are knocked prone. I don't know how prone works in the ocean, but
yeah, true. I don't know, but it won't matter. The first one failed by 5 or more. The second one failed. It got very close to the save, and then the third one passed, and that's from north to south order, or should I say bow to stern?
okay. So 2 got knocked up. 1 is confused.
Correct. Yeah, the sternmost one did not get knocked up, but
Okay.
it did take damage.
Okay, can I have the one that did not get confused? Quacko Leaf Blade, that one.
Yes, the middle one. Go for it.
16.
16
hit.
does break the armor class.
Fuck yeah, let's go. 23 points of
Nice.
grass type damage. Yeah.
That's exactly what you needed. The middle Sharpedo on the port side gets knocked out from the sick combo of Jessica swirling her wings around to throw 2 of the sharks up in the air. Quacko sees the opportunity to slice one with his leaf blade. It gets knocked probably 20, 30 feet out into the ocean and then flops in the water and floats there as the ship zooms by. This 45-mile-per-hour combat. Almost half of the sharks have been eliminated. Does Schmidt have any additional flavor or anything he wants to do?
Nope.
Nicely done, Captain of D's Nuts. Cindy, you are up.
Don't say it like that.
It's the truth. What do you want?
The captain of my nuts.
True.
Okay.
All right, I don't want that. That's too much responsibility.
Who sharks are left?
Leader, bow, 2 port, 1 starboard, 1 stern. The stern one hasn't received, or the stern and bow ones have not received any damage.
One of the port ones is also confused.
Correct. The northern, the bowmost port one is confused.
Okay. How far away is leader?
15 feet off of the front of the ship.
Okay, so a dark pulse would hit.
You could, correct.
We're gonna go for a dark pulse
Okay.
from Soli.
What's the means of that? Is that a save or a roll to hit?
I am rolling to hit.
Okay.
That is a nat 20.
That's a critical hit. That will in fact hit.
Also it flinches.
It
so
does in
leader,
fact flinch.
leader flinches.
That's a good thing.
I don't want to kill it though.
It's
I don't
get it
know
out of here.
damage well.
You can choose to knock it out, I think, right? And then just catch it like once it's knocked out.
I don't think
they have to be conscious. However, you can.
Oh, okay.
2 things here. 2 things. You can say that you are having, I forget the word, the D&D term,
non-lethal damage.
Non-lethal, like a restrained blow, kind of. Additionally,
Right.
even though this is a crit, this is resisted, so
Okay.
it's not a ton of damage. And this is definitely the most powerful looking member.
Okay. Well, let's see what the damage is and go from there.
Yeah, so you'll have your dice, and then that will be the crit damage, and then you'll roll to hit.
Okay.
Then you'll roll damage, but half. So
So it's 22 damage.
nice. and a flinch, which is very valuable.
And a flinch.
Yeah.
So it's not knocked out. It's just.
It is not even close, actually.
Okay.
Very good. Anything else for Cindy?
Izzy is also out.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what Izzy can do. Let's do like the poison gas off the front of the ship. It is a
mechanically.
radius.
I don't want to be a naysayer, and I'm often not.
Mhm.
But based on
Is
the
Izzy too far away to move?
no, based on the speed of the ship, I mean, I'm not a physicist, but if you're firing like a dense gas at a target 15
it would
feet
go
away,
behind. Okay.
I don't
You're
think
right.
it wouldn't connect with them, and it would just blow back in your face. On the sides, it
Yeah.
works, but I don't think you can do
Hmm.
it forwards, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
correct.
Please don't try.
Okay, but we got smog, which is a
Pretty
10
sure that would
foot
all blow
cloud
back up
that I could
into
put
us.
40 feet away.
You could. It would appear there. It would probably, if you do it in front of the ship, it will blow back towards the ship.
Please don't hurt us.
Okay, let's do a smog off the side of the ship with the most sharks. So is that port?
That is port. Look at you guys using the directions. This is so
Okay.
satisfying.
So we'll smog the port side. So it's a 10-foot cloud.
Yeah. And it'll drift because it won't sink into the water. It'll stay on top, so you can hit both of them. No
Okay.
problem.
Any creature that starts their turn must succeed on a con save.
They won't be starting their turns there, but you can just use it as an attack if you want.
Yeah. So it's a DC 12 con save.
Great. Shark number 1 fails. Shark number 2 fails. They both fail.
Did anybody fail by 5 or more?
They both failed by 5 or more.
Great, they're both poisoned.
Wow. We have 3 poison sharks. That's great. Because the one on the starboard side is also
Yeah.
poisoned.
10 damage.
Nice. All right. Yeah, a successful poison type attack from Izzy. Poisoning many of the sharks. They are all starting to seem generally concerned as a pack. A little less confident. They're not feeling too great. And while they rely on their leader for instructions, the leader has flinched. So isn't really able to command anything. So they're struggling. They're having a time. Anything else for Cindy?
I guess I'll just like shout at the leader, like, "Do you want to be my friend?"
You're here kitty-kittying the leader shark?
I guess so.
Okay.
This is what's happening.
You can roll a very high DC charisma check. What's your charisma score?
That's a great question. Cindy's is +2.
Okay, understood. This is very unlikely. You will have
I got
What'd you get?
a 14.
Okay. Yeah, this shark has no interest in being your friend. But you have gathered its attention while it is technically flinched. The sharks are strewn into chaos. They do not have a leader giving commands this turn, so they aren't quite sure what to do. So as any reasonable sharks would, the 4 of them that are not the leader just decide to munch on the boat. 3 of them are poisoned. One of them's confused. We will see how this goes. With the armor class of 16. Well, they actually did pretty well despite the circumstances. So the confused one actually hurt themselves in confusion. So they are not doing much. The other 3 successfully get some noms on. They chew on the ship a little bit. They rock the boat, dealing a good 30 hit points worth of damage. I think before that, they did 55. So the ship has taken a total of 85 points of damage, which is pretty significant. It's still swimming, it's still going. But the wind that Jessica had given earlier is definitely dissipating because Jessica's been doing other wind moves. So the ship begins to rock. The Packo, disoriented and fighting for their lives versus a pack of wild Sharpedo. Will they come out on the other side? We may never know because we will wait until our next session to conclude this combat. Hello, and thank you for listening to the 60th episode of Dunsparce and Drampa. If you'd like to get involved with the community, chat with the players and other listeners of the podcast, be sure to join our Discord at discord.gg/Calyrex, that's CALYREX. Extra special thanks to our newest Patreon patrons being B, Brinkia, Bluebearer, Sadcan, Killer King, and Nicole. This podcast would not be possible without our patrons, so next time you see them, give them an extra special thank you, won't you? As always, you can find all of our links at linktree/Dunsparce. We can't wait for you to join us for our next session. Schmidt, give me a wisdom check, actually, since you're asking about the gym.
Okay. I totally have my dice up and I am prepared. I totally have my sheet up too, so I can add my wisdom modifier. I'm definitely not stalling for time. Even though I had a really pleasant day today. I had my car towed away. It is at the shop right now. That's a plus 116.
I like to imagine that the story assisted your roll.
About
Definitely
me.
did.
With
Schmidt's car got towed, actually.
yeah, with Schmidt's car that he's had this whole time.
Yeah. Well, you had a car this whole time.
No, it's in Johto. He got an alert. It got
Oh. It got towed. No.
uh,
Shouldn't have left the parts
Some
there.
more
for
legal
fun.
bullshit I gotta deal with.
Searching for gilfs.
Okay.
Hot gilfs in your area.
Okay. I didn't expect to hear the word gilfs at the Dundra session today.